government and corporate bonds. So we have treasury governments. Treasury government is federal government debt. Treasury securities, federal government debt. The T-bills are pure discount securities. The bonds, the maturity is always less than 1 year. The Treasury, they have issue, I believe, 14-day, 21-day, 91-day, 182-day, and then 364-day, I believe, are the links of the maturities available. They are readily traded. They're the most liquid securities in the entire world. Treasury notes are coupon bonds with an original maturity of 1 to 10 years. Treasury bonds are coupon debt with original maturity greater than 1 year. Municipal securities are municipal bonds, debt of state and local governments, the state of Texas, the city of Killeen, the city of Dallas, Houston, so forth. They all issue municipal bonds. Various other types of entities can issue municipal bonds. The healthcare systems actually issue municipal bonds. So they're not guaranteed by anybody, but they benefit from the tax exemption that goes along with the vast majority of these. The default risk can vary. Take a step back to treasuries. Default risk of treasuries is assumed to be zero. If it's it might be slightly greater than zero, but it's pretty much they are the safest, most secure securities in the world. The ratings of municipals are similar to those of corporates. Municipals are generally considered to be safer than corporate bonds. Interest received is for the most part is tax exempt at the federal level on municipal bonds. They also interest is tax-free in the state in which they're issued. So if you happen to live in a state where you pay an income tax at the state or local level, those would be exempt from. If you, for example, if you lived in Pennsylvania and you paid state and local tax, you're owned a municipal bond. That interest income would be exempt from those state and local taxes. After-tax yields, a taxable bond has a yield of 8% and a municipal bond has a yield of 6%. So if you are in the 30% tax bracket, which do you prefer? So we're going to take this 8% bond and we're going to multiply it by 1 minus the tax rate, and that'll give us a after-tax yield of 5.6%. So we would prefer the municipal bond. This is why many high-income, wealthy individuals prefer investing in municipal bonds, because as a result of being in a higher tax bracket, there is a greater benefit to investing in that municipal bond than there would be otherwise into investing in a similar corporate bond. So at which rate would you be indifferent between the two bonds? So what we're going to do is multiply the 8 times 1 minus t, so we're solving for the tax rate here, and it's set it equal to the tax exempt yield. So that works out to be a tax rate of 25%. So if the tax rate is greater than 25%, we would prefer the municipal. If it's less than 25%, we would prefer the taxable. Corporate bonds. Corporate bonds have greater default risk relative certainly to U.S. Treasuries, and for the most part, municipals as well. Municipals have the ability to levy taxes or charge fees and so forth that aren't necessarily available to corporations. The yield to maturity may be higher than the expected return. Then, due to this added default risk, the bond ratings. We have high grade bonds. In most cases, we're talking about with Moody's a AAA or S&P. AAA, the difference in the two, all caps on the S&P. These would be very high grade municipals. There are actually very few governments currently rated at AAA. The AA capacity is very strong, just slightly below that of a AAA. Medium grade, that would be the A level. So that again, Moody's and S&P. There's also a rating agency named Fitch. Honestly, the Moody's and S&P were actually involved and paid fines related to their actions prior to the financial crisis in 2008. So, truthfully, Fitch, among people in the bond business, probably has a better name than do Moody's and S&P at this point in time. And also the next level, would be BAA for Moody's or triple B. So the capacity to pay is adequate, but the adverse conditions, changes in the economy might affect their ability to pay. All of these bonds are considered to be what is called investment grade. So anything below this is they refer is in this speculative, non-investment grade or junk bonds. So low grade BA, B for Moody's, double B, single B. So they're considered speculative with respect to pay. And very low grade, the Moody's would be CAA, CA, and C. And S&P correspondingly triple C, double C, C, and D. The highly uncertain, repayment in many cases already in default, principal and interest in a year. So again, these are examples of non-investment grade bonds or junk bonds. So all right, we'll start the next lecture on bond markets.